Hi,
we are
EquiPeace.
Our title for today is Bridging Equality and Justice.
We are building a better future for all.
This happens to be our infographic poster for our presentation.
Hi, I'm Irabelina Galina.
And I'm Teofilia Rina.
We are the two girls who wants to shape a better future.
These are the SDG that we chose.
I choose peace, justice, and strong institutions.
And I chose gender equality.
Now let's take a look at our first SDG that we chose, which is SDG 5, Gender Equality. The crisis we have here is the systemic barriers, violence and harm, legal and social discrimination, and the economic gap between genders.
First, let's talk about systematic barriers. There are deeply embedded rules, policies, norms, and structures in society, institutions, and systems, not just individual but attitudes that automatically block or disadvantage certain groups, especially women, girls, and marginalized communities. They work silently and consistently, making equality and justice nearly impossible to reach.
Moving on, let's talk about violence and harm. See, high rates of gender-based violence, child marriage, and human trafficking persist globally and locally. Women in politics and leadership face disproportionate harassment, silencing their voices under deep humiliation. Child marriage is in 640 million women married before 18. Locally, 9,258 teenage pregnancies in Sabah alone since 2019 until 2023. It is known as the highest in Malaysia and strongly linked to early unions. Furthermore, let's talk about this specific matter, which is the economic gap between genders. Women have similar jobs as men, but they get paid less than 20% than men. Plus, women has unpaid care and spend 19% of their time doing housework, care, and serving men. And this matter is trapping them out of jobs and education. Second is the barriers to work. They have no affordable childcare, they bias in hiring and promotion, and they have harder access to loans or business support.
How do we prevent all of this from happening? First, we should enforce equal rights laws and remove discriminatory policies. Second, we should guarantee equal access to quality education, healthcare, and economic opportunities. Third, people should run awareness campaigns to change harmful gender stereotypes and norms. Last but not least, we should ensure equal representation of women in politics, workplaces, and community decision-making.
Now you might be wondering, why do we need to practice equality? So these are the impacts towards the society when we practice equality. Firstly, we will have a stronger economy, we will have higher earnings, more jobs, and bigger contribution to grow with. Second is the fairer communities. We will have a better quality of life for all families. Last but not least is a healthier next generation. Educated women invest more in children's well-being.
Next up, we have SDG 16, which is peace, justice, and strong institution. The crises we have for today are widespread injustice, violence and insecurity, weak governments, and threats to rights.
Now let's talk about the thing that we all hate the most, which is widespread injustice. What does it mean? Injustice is not rare or random. It is systemic, common, and normalized across laws, courts, institutions, and daily life. It means equal rights promised on paper do not exist in practice, and some groups get protection while others are left behind. One of the examples are rural communities, indigenous peoples, women, low-income families, and migrants face double or triple discrimination when seeking fairness.
Next, let's talk about violence and insecurity. See, the core meaning of this is that not just big wars every day, harm, and lack of safety that stops people from living freely, working, learning, or building their lives. It is widespread, normalized, and hits the most vulnerable hardest. 1 in 3 people feel unsafe walking alone after dark. Many avoid school, work, or public spaces out of fear. Violence includes physical, sexual, psychological, economic, and online harm, not just attacks or weapons.
Moving on, let's talk about the weak governance. The core meaning is when public institutions, leaders, and rules fail to serve people, are not answerable, or make decisions unfairly. It is the root cause of injustice, violence, and inequality, and directly blocks SDG 5 too. First is the lack of transparency. Decisions made behind closed doors, no clear reasons for policies or spending. Second is no accountability. Leaders and officials break rules, misuse power, or waste resources with no consequences.
Next up, we have threats to rights. Basically, when basic freedoms and human rights are promised to everyone, then are restricted, ignored, or taken away, especially from vulnerable groups. This directly destroys justice, equality, and peace. First, freedom of speech and voice silence. People who speak up about unfairness, corruption, or face harassment, threats, or punishment. Second, unfair treatment and loss of protection. Laws or practices deny equal rights to women, indigenous people, rural communities, or minorities.
After talking about the crisis, now how do we prevent this from happening? Firstly, we must build a transparent, accountable public institutions free from corruption. Second, we must ensure equal, affordable access to justice and legal aid for everyone. Third is to strengthen our law enforcement and protect human rights defenders. Last but not least is to uphold fair laws and protect fundamental freedoms for all.
What are the impacts towards the society when we practice peace and justice? First, peace and safety. Stable environment for everyone to work and thrive. Second, fairness for equal rights and access to justice, no matter who you are. Lastly, trust and unity. Stronger bonds between people and institutions.
Here are the references that we use for our research. Gender equality is not only a fundamental human right, but the very foundation for a peaceful, just, and sustainable world.
That's all from us.
Thank you.